What is the average cost to rent in America? Right now, for housing purposes, to rent in America, the average cost is $1,200. $1,200 per month is the average cost to rent in America. Now, it may be renting a house, it may be renting an apartment, it may have 2 bedrooms or 1. It a little bit depends on location and the specifics within your area. America is obviously filled of many states, and many states have different cost of living factors. But on average, the average cost is $1,200. So what does that tell us? That tells us that you need to have a certain amount of money to function in life, to have shelter. And you don't just need $1,200. You also need money for utilities, electric, gas, sewer, whatever it may be. You also need money for food. You also need money for transportation. You also need money for healthcare insurance. You also need money for retirement savings. You also need money for everything that comes up in life, whether it's maintenance on something, whether it's a personal vacation, whether it's entertainment, whether it's buying clothing. It never stops. There's always something in life. So, you need to, be, I would say, around $3,000 a month with regards to income. So $3,000 per month brings you pretty close to, you would need to be making, about $40,000 to $50,000 per year, because, even though you make $40,000 or $50,000 per year as your income, you haven't considered taxes, which at the federal level will be about 20% for that income bracket, and if you have state income taxes. So, that'll give you around the take-home pay, the net pay of around $3,000 or so per month after it's all said and done. I'm just giving some round numbers, but I like to give target specific numbers. And this is for a single person. Okay, so you can't think that, okay, I can afford the average rental and have kids or have dogs or have a lot of extra. Now you can, but it's going to be tight. You're going to fall into the 70% of Americans. 70% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Stock market's at an all-time high. Real estate's at an all-time high. However, the vast majority of Americans still barely getting by. Some of it due to personal choice. Some of it due to different dynamics within the economy where the wealth gap continues to grow. There's dynamics. But look, the average salary, which is to make $50,000 per year, and for some people that's not easy. Some people hear that number and it's very high, and I understand that. But to make that is how you'll be able to afford housing, afford a car, and afford whatever you want to do in life, your personal goals. And then when you have a family, obviously you have to consider that, are both people going to work if you're going to have kids? Who's going to pay for daycare? Are you going to have pets? Or whatever you're going to do? So everyone spends their money different. To me, I'm not making this video to tell you how to spend your money or whatever. I'm just saying this is the data. The data tells us the average rental is $1,200 per month currently in America. Now, if you say you don't want to rent, you want to own, because you can own something for $1,200 or less, you're going to need money for a down payment. You're going to need good credit, and you better also have extra money in an emergency account, because owning a house is a lot of responsibility and maintenance. I owned a condo for 15 years, and I can tell you it's definitely always something. And it's a huge commitment. Our rents continue to go up. Everything goes up. That's just life. Nothing, very rarely does stuff go down in price. Very rarely, especially over a period of time. So it's just something you have to consider in life, because, you meet a lot of uninspired people in life. And I've met a lot of people in this nomad life, which I really do like. Look, I like living on the road. I realize I live out of my car, for those who don't know. For 15 years, I owned a house. Past 3 years, I live out of this Jeep that you see me in. I like to do it. I'm single, though. I'm middle-aged. I did a lot of different things in life. I see the value in the mobile lifestyle. Certainly, once you get into an RV, certainly if you're going to travel a lot, you're going to see that cost of living could get right up to $1,200 per month with regards to your gas, maintenance of your vehicle, things like that, if you're not careful. It doesn't have to be that high. But, campground fees, camping memberships, and you don't own anything, So, there's pros and cons to everything. You really have to dig a little bit deeper. And this video is not really to dig too deep. I wanted to provide some general data. Because life is not an exact science, it's a little bit of an art, but you need science, you need some data. And the data is $1,200 per month. The data is, the average salary in America currently is around $50,000 per year. And if you were a single person making $50,000 a year, you could afford a rental and have a little bit more extra. You wouldn't be living high off the hog. You would just be, getting by with a little bit extra if nothing major came up. And so I just wanted to provide some insight. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you do rent. What's your current rental cost? What state do you live in America? And we'll go from there, guys. Peace and love. Click that thumbs up button. Share the video. See you in the next one.